Health Minister Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi has intervened in the tragic deaths of 36 psychiatric patients in Gauteng. They allegedly died after being transferred from life ezidimeni into the care of non-governmental organizations earlier this year. The Health Ombudsman has been asked to investigate allegations of negligence as the cause of the death. Meanwhile, the DA has called on Gauteng MEC for Health to resign following the deaths of these 36 mental patients. DA Shadow MEC for Health Jack Bloom says patients were moved into over 100 NGOs without their clinical records. 8 patients allegedly died at the Precious Angels NGO alone, while others died at Takalani and at the Cullinan Center.
There were assessments that were done at these NGOs. We're talking about Takalani, Precious Angel, and in Cullinan, whereby, we had a number of people who died there. As the department, we are very cautious, hence we have launched this investigation just to check on what might have transpired, because the patients were sent to some of these NGOs without the clinical files.
And joining us on the phone line is Ministry of Health spokesperson Joe Myla. A very good morning to you, Mr. Myla. Thanks so much for joining us here on Morning Prime. Now, the number 36 has been mentioned. Do you know exactly how many mental patients have died in the past 4 months?
Well, we don't know. That's the reason why we have ordered an investigation, so that we must know exactly what has happened and what was the cause. That is why after the minister and the MEC had a meeting yesterday, it was quite a marathon meeting to discuss this matter. The minister immediately ordered an investigation into the matter, and we are hoping that the investigation will be able to tell us what is it that has happened, what answers that we need in order to make sure that this kind of thing does not happen again in the future.
Perhaps you can help us here with more clarification. How many were transferred to NGOs after the Gauteng Province MEC for Health terminated the contracts with private hospitals?
Well, as you know, that this matter was dealt with by the Gauteng Department of Health, so they estimate issues about how and what was the criteria and what not is with the Department of Health in Gauteng. However, what we did was to make sure that we do a thorough investigation, so that we must be able to determine exactly what has happened that was not supposed to happen, and what was the cause of all those problems that we find ourselves, including the loss of life. So we need to make sure that we do that kind of an investigation. We believe that the office of the health ombudsperson is the one relevant to deal with this matter once and for all.
And now, talking about this investigation, when is it beginning, and who will lead this investigation?
Well, it will be led by the Office of the Health Ombudsperson. Professor Malekhabulu Makhoba is the Health Ombudsperson, is the one who's going to be able to lead this investigation. And only then we'll be able to know what has happened and what are the corrective actions to be taken. And we'll be able to do that.
Now, many questions have arisen as to whether government, in fact, has enough money to keep mental patients in better facilities. What are your responses to that?
Well, I don't want to preempt what the investigation is going to be. We ordered the investigation in order to make sure that we actually determine those kind of things. Those kind of questions that are being asked is the same questions that we'll be able to ask, and we believe that the investigation will be able to provide those answers and corrective action that needs to be happening, so that we must be able to make sure that this kind of a thing does not happen again, that the issues of mental health in the country are still as it should be on the agenda, that we need to make sure that our people are treated, whether it's this facility or the other facility. The investigation will be able to give us some kind of a direction on what to do.